Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Cover 4 podcast. Jim Triggett along with Randy Gibson out in Provo, Utah. We had recorded last week's version of the podcast. We Zoom called the thing, and Randy was getting it downloaded, but something went amiss.
I don't know
And,
what happened, Jim. Yeah, it just stopped and everything rebooted and lost the whole recording. So,
ooh,
boy, we missed last week.
yep, that was OU Texas week, and did not turn
it was
out too
it was
well
it
for
was
the
kind of a
Sooners.
it was kind of a sign of things to come for my alma mater, wasn't it, Jim?
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow. I I called last Saturday the Dallas debacle. Uh,
yeah,
you know, lots of things went wrong for Oklahoma, and I'm not going to pin it all on this. But of course, Oklahoma's quarterback Mateer had just had surgery on his throwing hand and his thumb, putting screws in his thumb where he had broke it in the Auburn game 17 days before the OU Texas game. He played, and honestly, Jim, I don't think he should have. I know
no,
he wanted to. I don't know why they cleared him. Brent Venables had said himself, I saw in a report that he hadn't practiced with the number one crew in 3 weeks.
yeah,
Now, as a drummer in a college band like the Pride, I
yeah,
couldn't have gone out there and not practiced my music for 3 weeks and been able to have performed a halftime show very
no,
well.
right.
You know, they to me that was mistake number one.
Yep.
Mistake number two is there's something going on with the offensive line, and we say that every year,
Hmm.
but there's the running backs. If you don't have a solid running game, you're not going to win very many of the big games. And Oklahoma has not had a solid running game, Jim, for about 3 years, and they're running now.
They really
They
have.
they haven't. And I like DeMarco Murray. He's one of their own. But there's something odd going on between the offensive line and the running backs. And I I'm not saying that you got to get rid of the coaches. I'm not one of those fans that do all that. But they're going to have to figure something out because we talked about last week, which did not get to run, that this could be the first of a very long losing streak if
Mm,
Oklahoma's not careful.
yeah,
And I mean, they got to look past Texas now. It's over. They got South Carolina and then Ole Miss and then Tennessee and then Alabama and then, you know, LSU's thrown in there. Uh, I it could wind up being a very bad end of the season for Oklahoma.
it could wind up being 5-7.
They very well could be. And I'm not a sourpuss fan exaggerating that either. I am
Hmm.
being very realistic
Yeah.
about that.
The Here's the big thing right now: is you go to South Carolina Saturday.
Yeah.
The good thing is that it's an 11:45 kick.
Hmm.
It's not a night game at Williams-Brice.
Thank goodness.
Bad enough that you're going to hear Sandstorm when they
Yeah.
come out, but there's something different about Sandstorm in the afternoon
Hmm.
than it is at night down there.
Hmm.
Out like going down to LSU.
LSU and those Louisiana Saturday nights, which you don't want to play in either.
Hmm.
Uh, Jim, I got to tell you, of course, as you know, and we talked about it, I was at the Michigan game.
Yeah, you were
The
working
team
for Compass
for
in that.
Compass, yeah. The team I saw on television Saturday against Texas was not the same team I saw play Michigan
Hmm.
at all. Now, the defense did okay. Texas scored 23 points. One of those was a punt return.
Right,
Okay, that's special team. That's not on the defense. Mateer threw three interceptions,
right.
give Texas short fields. The defense held them to field goals for the most part. Texas had one good touchdown drive in the
Yeah.
third quarter. It was almost 8 minutes. It was over 7 minutes.
Yeah. It was
And
right at 8.
yeah, that was the only really good positive drive Texas had. But here's what's concerning, Jim, and I don't know if you've thought about this. In the last 8 quarters against Texas,
They have,
Oklahoma has kicked 3 field goals.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's
That was,
major problems with that. I don't
mm-hmm.
care how good your defense is. If you can't score points,
You're not going to win.
yeah. And there were times that Oklahoma was down and they should have gotten touchdowns on a couple of those on those 2 field goals that they kicked. Those should have been touchdowns. Now, at the end of the day, it wouldn't have mattered. But still, there is a problem if you go into a game like Texas and you get 9 points over the course of 2 years.
Mm-hmm. There's a problem. Uh, like you said, Brent has fixed the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to have to look at the offense, and you may have to look outside of the family, the OU family, uh, for an offensive coordinator. Uh, there might be one available after the Missouri game on November 29th. It may not sit too well with some of the OU people. And I know a lot of Arkansas fans would like to see him be the head coach. I'm not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Talking Bobby Petrino,
Yep.
who is an offensive mastermind.
Yep.
I don't see Arkansas winning but 2 games in these last 5, counting the ball game that was played in Knoxville Saturday, which they lost 34-31.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to face a number 4 A&M team that I'll be at. I just got the word today.
Oh, congrats.
It's a 2:30 kick, ESPN. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, and Quinn Kesnick are going to be doing the game. But there is one thing, looking at the weather, I'm going to probably have to wear full rain gear.
There.
And we're talking not only rain, but possibly storms. So that could push the kickoff back, uh, especially if there is lightning. So we're going to, I'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. But Arkansas plays them. That's the first of 3 straight at home. And then they got Auburn, a game they could win. They got Mississippi State at home, which is homecoming. That could win. They could win against Jeff Libby. Week off, go to Baton Rouge for the Golden Boot game. Then they got to go to Texas. That's the last road game. And then the Battle Line rivalry game against Mizzou, the last game. So, I said that he would be lucky to be 2-5.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of talk about Rhett Lashley, the coach down at SMU. Went to school just north of Fayetteville, where I used to live, Springdale. Played for the Red Dogs. And so this was before Harbor was even built. So he played for, I'm almost sure that he played for the legendary Gerald Williams, who was the longtime head coach of the Bulldogs. And they call them the Red Dogs because Fayetteville is also the Bulldogs, and they're known as the Purple Dogs. So it's going to be interesting. Uh,
It will
Jerry's
be.
going to his hand in this as far as trying to get Lashley to Fayetteville. Uh, and SMU, as you know, they got a lot of people with deep pockets.
Yes, they do.
And Arkansas's got people with deep pockets as well. And I'm in the camp of Mike Irwin, who is with the Fox station over there in Fayetteville, Pig Trail Nation. The person making the decision of who the next head coach will be, I don't think it's going to be Hunter Yurachek, who's the current AD. He might be out the door. There's a chance, a very good chance of it, especially when he got sent on the carpet for what he said 3 weeks ago
Hmm.
down the Little Rock Touchdown Club about uh, finances for Arkansas football. And
And
that not sit well with a whole lot of folks down in Arkansas.
no, it didn't. I believe we touched on that a little bit last week
Yeah,
as
we did.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really didn't. So
Here's two
yeah.
possibilities of persons that could be the AD if that was to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if Board of Trustees are talking about this because it has the making of what they did to the former AD, Jeff Long. They
Hmm.
had a meeting, then they had a executive session, and he was the executive session. And when
Hmm.
of it,
Right.
he
Right.
was he was done. So if that happens, might find out more talking to Chuck Barrett, the voice of the Razorbacks, prior to the ball game on Saturday. See what hit if he's hearing anything. May talk to some other guys too. Uh, but here's the two guys that could be. One could be the interim, and one could be the head guy himself. Both of them are Arkansas people, U of A.
Hmm.
One currently works in the Alumni Association after getting let go due to budget cuts and was the longtime sports information director, assistant AD for media relations, as it's called now. And we're talking Kevin Trainer, also the
Hmm.
former president of the College Sports Communicators, formerly COSIDA. Uh, he could be the interim, possibly. Could be the head guy because he knows the operation. But here's the other guy that's been mentioned, former quarterback of the Razorbacks, a former head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Houston Nutt. And that train has been kind of speeding up a little bit. I've
I was
heard,
wondering about that. I was going to ask you, do you feel like that's how strong of a possibility do you feel like that is?
I think it's strong, mainly because I think they need somebody who is a homebred.
Hmm.
Here's the reason is that Donald W. Reynolds Razorbank Stadium, the naming rights ended last year for the stadium. Donald W. Reynolds Foundation is no more. It went out of business
Oh,
years ago. It dissolved, but yet they had paid up through 2024, and
so. They're
They,
not going to renew because they don't even exist anymore.
right. They have been looking for a somebody to acquire the naming rights.
Mm-hmm.
Juracek hadn't even sniffed anybody. Nobody has said yeah to him. Because of that, they have farmed this out to Learfield. We are talking the people who have
They have
the
Oklahoma.
to
Yeah.
Razorback Athletics.
Yeah. Learfield. They've
They
got a
have,
bunch of the big ones.
yeah, and they have the broadcast rights until 2029. So they have farmed that out to them. They will pay them X number of dollars to do this. And then Arkansas would get whatever the rights fee is. And you take a look. Okay, Walmart's there. Tyson is there.
Mm-hmm.
JB Hunt is there. They've
Right.
already got their names out there. I mean, Bud Walton Arena, named after Bud Walton.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sam's brother who wrote the check to build the place. Uh, John Tyson, we know how much money he's got.
Yeah.
Uh, JB Hunt, they helped
Yeah.
build uh, the baseball facility in the right field corner at Baum Walker. So there's three right there alone that could write a check for naming rights to Razorbank Stadium. Um, are there more? There possibly could be. But um, something's not clicking and hadn't clicked for a while. And I go back to when the Board of Trustees did not hire Terry Don Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
the athletic director. They didn't want one of Frank's boys being the AD. That was essentially 25 years ago when Frank finally decided to give it up. Uh, and they wound up hiring Long instead of Terry Don, who was at that time was at Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry Don would have came to Arkansas, he would have retired at Arkansas. He'd probably been close to retiring now, uh, but he left mainly because Frank wasn't ready to retire yet. And that was back in '03 when he went to Oklahoma State. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Um, like I say, 2-5. I think somebody else will be running the show. And it might not just be running the show as a football coach, but could be also somebody else running the
Wow.
show as well. So we'll
Um,
see.
what are you hearing back home coming out of Stillwater? I saw
Right now,
Cowboys.
nothing. Right now,
Cowboys
nothing.
had another loss. I saw.
They got beat by Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then they've got Cincinnati for America's largest homecoming Saturday night. So it's homecoming in Stillwater.
Mm-hmm.
And so could be interesting. I haven't heard a whole lot of what they're doing. I think Chad's playing this close to the vest right now as far as who could be the head coach. Uh, I think he's got several in mind. Uh, there's another coach that got let go, and that one was 3 weeks ago. You wouldn't have said that would happen, but Happy Valley gets rid of James Franklin.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I was gonna wondering what you thought about that. And
Uh, you lose a tough one to Oregon, then you come back home, or really no, you lose to Oregon at home. Then you got to go out to LA. You're facing a team that's wounded in UCLA. You had an offensive coordinator at UCLA quit like 3 or 4 days prior to the ball game. And who steps in as the offensive coordinator who was on staff? Rick Neuheisel's son, Jerry, who was a quarterback for the Bruins. And then they beat him out there. Then they lose to Northwestern at home, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
yeah, especially with the fact
Yeah,
they were ranked so high to start the season. You
yeah,
know,
and uh, they lose their quarterback in that ball game against Northwestern.
yeah.
That did not help matters much, but they uh, it was just the fan base. They were about ready to lose the fan base
Mhm.
uh, because Franklin never won the big game.
No.
Whether it was Ohio State, whether it was Michigan, whether it was the game against Oregon. I mean, he never could win the big one,
Hmm.
and he's a good coach. I mean, he did great things at Vanderbilt whenever he was there. Left
Hmm.
Vanderbilt to go to Penn State, and Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, he really got on his soapbox about these schools paying out these big buyouts,
Hmm.
and I agree with him. Uh, but uh, there is a thing in Franklin's contract that he had. If he got let go, he has to find either another coaching gig or a broadcasting gig for him to get at least some of the buyout, if not
Hmm.
all. So they did cover themselves on that. Uh, he could be thrown into the mix as far as Arkansas, uh, mainly because he's been in the league at Vandy, but that was back when Vandy was not that great. They're playing pretty good right now. Ask Alabama about that
Yeah.
and a couple of
Yeah.
others. But that's that remains to be seen. There's, like I say, there's several head coaching jobs out there, good ones. And
Um, yeah, kind of skipping over. If you're done with that, I do want to take some time to talk about the big one out here in Provo Saturday.
yeah, yeah, the Holy War is up for grabs Saturday. BYU and Utah, and that is just down the street from you.
It is 6 o'clock kickoff here. Number 15 BYU, Utah number 23. It's been a long time since both those teams have been ranked.
Sure
Uh,
has.
Big game in the Big 12, that's for sure.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
Fox Big Noon Show is going to be here
You might have to
Saturday
drive
morning.
down for that.
I think I'm going to jog down there and kind of check it out. I went down there last year when they played somebody, I can't remember who, and uh, got to see Cosmo parachute in. So
Do you think they're
I'm
going to do that again?
I don't know. He's more fun to watch than the game, actually.
He's one of the best college mascots in the country.
Yeah, I would rank him number one
Mm-hmm.
myself as
Yes.
far as the mascots because the others run around the sidelines and kind of do their fun stuff. Cosmo is in another league
Yeah, he
with the
is
things that he does.
definitely in another league.
Hmm.
Dances with the dance team, does all sorts of different stunts.
Yeah. Uh, I think it was a couple of weeks ago he jumped through a fire hoop
He got
and it got singed a little bit on the back. Um, I've seen him jump off of a makeshift high dive into a kiddie pool before.
ooh,
So he
oh,
does some crazy stuff.
oh, we're talking like Bugs Bunny says, "I'll
Yes.
jump off
This,
of a platform, 100 feet off
yes.
a platform into a glass of water." Yeah.
Into a glass of water. That's pretty much Cosmo. I've watched him in parades out here do slam dunks and a flip off of a trampoline before too. So
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
he
one of
he does
my.
some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Try
That was
doing that in period. Now try doing it on a moving float.
yeah, yeah. That's not easy, folks.
So yeah, big game. Everybody here is excited about it.
And the other Big Four team is Tulsa. They've got a Thursday night game. They've got to go to East Carolina. That's an ESPN game, 7 o'clock Thursday night. So Bruce Howard and Rick Corey and Jeremy Poplin will be getting on the plane tomorrow, heading out there for a pretty good sized ball game for them.
Yeah,
And
it is.
just saw the teams that are coming in next year. Uh, the American announced the 8 conference games for next year for football. And Tulsa, they're going to play Army at Skilly Stadium.
Oh wow.
So they had Navy this year. They get Army next year. And then Charlotte's coming in, who has a Northeastern Redmond tie. Tim Albin, who was a uh, graduate assistant, then an assistant for Tom Eckert. He's now the head coach at Charlotte. This is his first year there after leaving Ohio. Uh, when I talked to Tom, I asked him, you know, why he left Ohio. He didn't get that big of a raise, but it was the benefits were better at Charlotte than they were in Ohio. So he left the Bobcats, went down there, and is now the 49ers head coach. They're struggling a little bit, but I think Tim will turn it around. Uh, just they just got to be patient. They they're in a good league. You know, the Americans a good league, but
Hmm.
it'll be interesting to see what he does against TU come next year, coming into H.A. Chapman Stadium at Skilly Field, as it's officially called now, but I still call it Skilly Stadium.
I do too.
It's been
It's
it's
interesting
a
they're
long,
playing
long.
Army. Yeah, I would encourage if you just like football and you like kind of the old style. I would
Yeah,
encourage anybody back home to go to that Tulsa game, even if you're not really a fan of the Golden Hurricane. Go watch Army play.
yeah,
They're they're fun to watch in person,
yes,
and
yeah,
they run so much it goes fast. Game's over
yeah.
with before you know
You're
it.
going under 3 hours.
Yeah,
That's the good thing about an Army game is that, like you say, they're on the ground. You're going to see, you could be at times, you could see the wishbone.
you very well could. I watched it run in Norman, and it liked to beat Oklahoma
Yes. Yep.
a few
Sure
years
did.
back. But I like watching those the service schools perform.
Yes.
But Army is just really a sight to behold to watch them perform.
Yep.
Would highly encourage it.
Oh, and one thing I'll get to see perform Saturday. you're talking about military, uh, at halftime. The
Oh, you get to see the.
famous Fighting Texas Aggie Band.
You want to talk about sharp and precision marching.
Yes.
Very sharp, very precision, very military. Quite the sight. What they
And
do. They do very, very well.
that they do. And then they form the block T. They'll
Mm-hmm.
march back toward the north end of Razorback Stadium. And then when they get done with the fight song, within less than 10 seconds, they'll be off the field.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. They run off and they run off in a hurry. And by the way, just like OU uh, with the Pride, but this is the first time it's happened. They have a lady as the head drum major.
Wow. Wow. You know, there was a time when ladies could not even join the band.
Yeah, that's true. But
And
that's
now,
not the case anymore.
no. And now to think that they have a lady drum major, that's really something for A&M.
Yeah. I might even get to see somebody after the ball game Saturday. Miss Rev.
Oh, really?
Reveille 10.
Reveille. Yeah. Hope so.
The as they call her, the first lady of Aggieland.
Heck yeah.
And that will
Wow.
be a sight to behold to see her walk in with her handler, who
Yes,
is
it
a
will.
member of the Corps of Cadets down there at
Hmm.
College Station. The only other team we got to talk about as far as college is concerned is the Redmen. They
Yeah.
went up to Jefferson City and put it on the Blue Tigers of Lincoln 52-3 Saturday afternoon.
Wow. Wow.
Now, here's a note. It has been 14 years since they had played 6 ball games and had been 500 or better. They're
Wow.
3-3 right now. That's going all the way back to when Kenny was the head coach.
How long has it been since they've beat a team that bad?
It's been a while. Well, they beat a team, they scored 70 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
But before this year, it's been a while since they've had
it's
that kind
been
of an
a
offense
long while.
perform.
It's been a
Yeah.
long while since they've put that many points on the board. They've got 2 more road games. Uh, they got William Jewell. They got to go to Liberty, Missouri, up by Kansas City to take on the Cardinals this week. Then the President's Cup game at Chad Richardson Stadium, formerly known as Wantland Stadium, in Edmond against UCO. Could the Redmen bring the cup back for the
You
first
know,
time? Kenny got fired the night that they opened up the event center.
yeah, I remember
That's the
that.
last time Northeastern has beaten UCO.
Wow. Let's hope they can bring the cup back. That'd be great.
I do know something about the trophy,
Yeah.
but I ain't going to say it. I've been sworn to secrecy.
All right. We'll wait and
So,
see.
yeah. So, but I do know something about the cup. So, but anyway, high school football, it was not pretty Friday night.
No,
The
it wasn't.
Tigers
Not a good
had
homecoming, was it?
not a chance. Well, they had a chance to win it. They were up 23-21, and then Collinsville scored twice in the final 5.5 minutes to knock the Tigers off 35-23. And now the Tigers, they might have played themselves out of the playoffs. because they have lost to Pryor, they've lost to Claremore, they've lost to Collinsville. Even if they get to 4-3, they're on the bad side of the tiebreaker.
Yes, they are.
So, the points will not help because they're going to be over against those three teams. And if it winds up being a three-way tie, points will not come into play. And it'll be 2-0, 1-1, 0-2. Similar to the way it was last year.
Yeah.
They go to Memorial Thursday night, as it is fall break, teachers meeting week, as I still call it. About 98% of the ball games are played on Thursday night. So they'll play probably at La Fortune. That is Memorial's home field. And so they'll take on the Chargers. Then they'll take on Del City, who's ranked in some polls number 2 in the state. And that'll be senior night next Friday night, before traveling twice to Tulsa Rogers to take on the Ropers of Rogers and then the Hale Rangers. And
Seems
then,
strange that it's already getting to be senior night.
yeah, well, it is strange to be senior night because you're playing your last two on the road.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason why. Sequoia is looking at a playoff as they beat Central 48-12 at home, and they go to Sperry Thursday night, take on the Pirates. That would put them 7-0 if they beat them.
I was going to say they're kind of punching their ticket to the playoff. They could pretty well punch it comes Friday night, couldn't they?
They could very easily, could they'd be 4-0 in the district. Then they take on Webster at home on the 24th. Excuse me. Then they will go to Westville on the 30th. That's going to be a Thursday night game at Westville.
It'd be
Not a
fun.
Friday, probably because of officials, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then senior night will be against Metro Christian. That could decide first and second in the district.
Yeah.
And you win the district, you get 2 games at home
Mm-hmm.
in the first and second round. And I'll be taking a look at the bracket here probably in the next week or two, just to see what happens. Keys, they fell to Salina 56-25. That was their first district loss. They're now 2-1 in the district. They are 3-3 overall, and go to face the Chelsea Green Dragons Thursday night. Then they come back home and talk about a rough one. They got to face Adair, who's ranked in the top 5 in 2A2. Then they finish at Commerce and then at Wyandotte. So Adair is senior night for not only for Tahlequah, but also for the Keys Cougars next week. And then Hulbert, they got crushed by Pecola 60-8. They were a top 6 team in Class A. And this week they are off. because their district is only seven teams, so they get the week off this week. Then they go to Warner next week, play Rejoice Christian at home on Halloween night, and then face Shoto at Shoto to finish up the season. And they may have to win all three to possibly have a chance to make the playoffs, go in as a 4 seed. So, but right now it looks like for sure Sequoia's in if they win Friday night, and then Keys might have to work for it to get in the playoffs, but being 2-1 is better than 1-2 right now.
That's right. Very true.
A couple of other things that I've got here written down is Tahlequah High School softball fast pitch team. They make the trek to Devon Park at USA Softball Thursday, first round of the state tournament. They
Oh,
take on
wow. Wow.
So they'll play at 4 o'clock on field number 2 at Devon Park, just south
For them.
of the racetrack there at Remington Park. So good luck
For them.
to the Lady Tigers. I know next year I'm going to be very interested in Lady Tigers because Matt Cloud's daughter, Kylie, who is now pitching for the junior high team this year, she's playing travel ball right now. She'll be one of the aces of the staff next year. She's that good.
Wow, that's great.
She played over the weekend, had a 2-hitter and a no-hitter.
So wow, good for her.
She is really good, and like for her, at some point, if I get a softball game at Fayetteville, and I know that Amanda Scarborough is doing the analyst duties, have Kylie meet her. She has a thing, has some pitching camps. If you look at Pitching Angel is her site for softball pitching. She's already sold it out during Christmas down in the Houston area.
Really?
And she was an All-American pitcher at A&M. So she puts on these pitching camps and really helps girls with their softball pitching. And like I say, All-American pitcher, she knows what she's doing.
So, yeah, I kind of looking at her site. It's a great site.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah. She very nice person. I've met her, worked with her and Michelle Smith, Olympian, when I was working ball game. In fact, a series over there about 3 years ago had the LSU series. Kevin Brown was doing the play-by-play, and he's the TV play-by-play man for the Baltimore Orioles on Masson. And speaking about that regional network, the other team they broadcast for, well, they're looking for a TV guy because their TV guy was a guy from Tulsa, Bob Carpenter. And BC announced his retirement prior to the start of the season, and he has retired. He's going to head back to Tulsa, him and Debbie, and he's going to play grandpa.
That's fun. I can attest.
Yes, I know you can attest. Thanks to this kid by the name of Luca,
That's
who lives
right.
north of town, and it doesn't seem right that he's 9 years old and
9 years old,
seems
man.
like nine going on 17 or something like that.
Just like his mother. Yeah, she was the
Oh,
exact same way.
oh brother. That's a dangerous thought.
Yes, it is.
Well, next week, Sooners come back home.
Ole
Ole Miss
Miss, 11 o'clock
homecoming.
kick. Homecoming, 11 o'clock kick. Can't be homecoming unless it's an 11 o'clock kick, you know.
Oh God. Yeah, you don't, tell them to go to Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
and get you guys chicken biscuit and also plenty of coffee. That's what they
Yeah.
did uh, uh, 2 weeks ago when we had the game against Notre Dame at 11 o'clock in the morning. It
They're
was
going to have to do, yeah. Last year they had breakfast burritos, and it's just always that. I've been part of the OU alumni band board of directors for 11 years now.
mm-hmm.
I think I've had one game in those 11 years that was not an 11 o'clock game.
Oof. Uh,
When you get to be our age, you just don't want to show up for a 6 a.m. band rehearsal anymore.
no, no. I mean, these young guys can do that,
Yeah,
but not you
we can't.
or anybody else. I mean, it's bad enough when I've got to go. I've got that 6 a.m. wake up call, and I drive from here to Fayetteville for an 11 o'clock kick.
Yeah,
Uh, the Auburn game next week is an 11:45 kick because it's an SEC network game. But
hmm
still, I've got to get up early. I've got to set the alarm on my phone and
we were
wake up.
even we were even hoping for that, but no, we got the 11 o'clock slot. So
Uh, yeah, uh, you get I wake up to it on Mondays because I bowl in Muskogee and bowl at 9 o'clock in the morning. Uh, I wake up to the Razorback band playing Swing March, which is what they play when they go into the Block A and march to the south end to the goal line and then turn around and head back to the north end to form the A that the Razorbacks come out to, what they run out to on both legs of the A. So, but yeah, that's like I say, it's getting down to that point of getting to the end of October, and it hasn't gotten cold yet here.
hasn't here either.
I looked at my phone for the temperature before we got on. It hit 90 here today.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, it's been in the 70s here, which is, you
Not
know,
like it is here.
yeah, we had some snow up in the mountains, but on the very peaks, but it hasn't come down into the foothills where I live yet.
Mm-hmm.
And one morning, it was
Who does
48, but
BYU have in November at home?
I'll have to look. I'll let you, we'll talk about that next week. Um, I'll look that up.
You know, you played OU last year or
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and you talked about the field that they needed to do something. Did they?
Yeah. I don't know if they've ever done anything yet with that field.
Well,
Not
Colorado did. I mean, they got rid of the grass and they went back to turf.
Big 12. I'm looking at the schedule. So November 29th, UCF. So those guys are going to have to come from Florida up here in November.
Oh,
I swear, Big 12 does that on purpose.
and that's the same day as Arkansas and Missouri, and that's a night game this year at Razorback Stadium. So I could see something like that, especially in Fayetteville at 1,500 feet up or whatever the elevation is. It's higher than it is here. So
Yeah.
and then already talking basketball, and Arkansas ranked 14th on the men's side in the preseason bowl. Getting ready to have media day for both the men and the women. So it'll be quite interesting to see what transpires with basketball. And I'm already looking at the basketball schedule already. So we'll see. They've already put out the games that are going to be televised, ones that are going to be over the air, and the other ones that are going to be digital on the internet. So I think that will do it for this week's edition of the Cover 4 podcast. Hopefully, we won't have any technical problems getting it
Hope not.
uploaded this week.
Hope not. Hopefully, it'll be uploaded later this evening. So,
if need be, call Aurora's husband.
yeah, I'm going to see him here in a little bit. So,
well, ask him what happened last week.
Yeah, I have to ask him to do it.
He's the seems like he is the guru.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So, well, that's going to do it for this week, and we'll talk about things going on next week here on the Cover 4 podcast. We'll see you then.